In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the token in full. I'm going to give you my best price prediction, break down all the latest news, and really try and give you everything that you need to know, walk away from this video to decide if you need to invest in this thing or not. If you didn't know, first time here, my name's Ryan. This is the No Autopilot YouTube channel, where my kind of claim to fame is doing deep dives into tokens. I'm talking about deep type of content you won't find anywhere else on YouTube. Now, if you watch this channel for a while, you know that I don't entirely disparage meme or community coins, because you can make money off of them. You just have to have a strategy going in and a strategy to get out. So I'm not a meme coin basher. And I think Dogelon, as we'll go through some of the information today, may have some potential. Now, of course, quick plug, I did set up a Patreon. If you value the channel, you value the content I'm putting out, go ahead and click that link, join, be a Patreon supporter. I go ahead and I post all my personal portfolio moves. I'm building a blockchain gaming portfolio right now with about 20 to 25 different companies I've done deep research on. Get access to all that, as well as some special voting power on future tokens that I cover in ongoing videos. So, with all that out the way, let's talk about Dogelon. Over here just a little bit. So Dogelon, it is based on the Ethereum blockchain, and its goal is to be the successor of Dogecoin. It's the people's crypto. Okay, so their main marketing strategy up to this point is they took 50% of the token total supply, and they went ahead and they sent it to Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, as a gesture of peace. And the other 50% of the token, they went ahead and they permanently locked into Uniswap, or their liquidity pool. So in essence, what they're saying is 100% of the token supply is out there in the world, and this protocol can be driven forward by the community. There are far too many meme coins. What's up, old bear? Yeah, there are. But there's money to be made, both in making them, rugging people, also making them and kind of doing a haphazard way of running a community. There's a lot of money flying around, so people keep chasing these things. All right, so that's it from a high level. Now, if we go and we look back, if you recall, Shiba Inu did a similar tactic where they went ahead and they sent a bunch of tokens to Vitalik Buterin. He went ahead and burnt about 6 billion of them. And because that massive amount of the total supply was taken out of circulation, the price pumped. It got a lot of publicity and really kind of helped Shiba Inu rally, make a bunch of money. And now they're actually building apps, like decentralized applications, with the money that they had found. So it's kind of worked out for them. Now, there's two potential outcomes when you send money to Vitalik Buterin, when you send these tokens to Vitalik Buterin. And I have this covered here from an article from CoinMarketCap. So either Vitalik Buterin donates ELON, the token from Dogelon Mars, to a charity or something like he did with Sheeb, or he sends them to a burn wallet. And either way, they kind of work. If he sells them to donate the proceeds to a charity, free publicity. If he burns them, then the total supply is reduced. And again, that's kind of free marketing and helps the thing pump. Now, when we look at what problem is Dogelon Mars trying to solve, I don't think there really is a problem that they're attempting to solve. Again, I think they're in the same footsteps of Doge, just Doge 2.0, really kind of putting the token in the hands of the community and letting them run off with it and try and turn it into something. Now, of course, we wanted to see if there's any founders of Dogelon that we can go ahead and chase down and kind of check on their background and their experience. And of course, they're undoxed. They are undoxed. So we have no idea who they are. Although there are some fun articles out there that are hypothesizing, that's a word, hypothesizing that it's founded by Elon Musk, which it isn't. Just to watch that. He's way too busy to go ahead and mess with something like this. Now, We did have a post in the Reddit. I like to try and look at roadmaps, see, okay, this is where we are today. Can I be smart, buy it today, knowing maybe not everything's in place? And as they go ahead and get pieces put together later on, go ahead and sell and cash out. Take advantage of that. And it doesn't seem as if there's a great deal of utility built into the token right now. There's no dApps being used. There's no meme coin launch pad that they're putting together. They aren't releasing a small selection of Dogelon Mars NFTs. So again, I think kind of a pro and a con. One, it seems like they're not going for that easy cash grab of saying that they're doing all that stuff, but then not actually doing it. And then two, they're kind of putting it into the community's hands to go ahead and do with it as they see fit, right? As they see fit. So what else we got? Went ahead and pull up the Reddit. 43,000 Martians, 141 are active right now. Twitter, 605,000 followers, and they do tweet relatively frequently. They do have a Medium page, and you know I love me some Medium pages. I went through and read everything. There's a couple little pieces in there that we'll touch on later in the video. And then, of course, we pulled it up on Lunar Crush. Now, I think the main strategy when it comes to these meme coins is the virality at which they can spread. Okay, so let's say there's 100,000 holders of Dogelon Mars, ELON, and it pumps. And let's say a good portion of those people sell. Now they're going around town talking to all their friends and family, posting on social media. Look at all these profits I made. Look at all this I took $100 and turned it into 10 grand. And like everybody, it's like a free marketing machine that generates FOMO, and it just spreads like a virus out into the world. And so I think there is a value. There has to be a respected value for having that amount of holders in place who are ready and willing to do that type of free marketing for you whenever this thing pumps and they make some money. So again, on social media metrics here, social engagement seems to be up 30%. Social dominance is up a whopping 1,300%. There's a lot of folks out there, seems so far this year, tweeting, retweeting, engaging, and commenting on Dogelon Mars. See what else we got. Now, we always like to play this what if game. What if you took a cool grand and you threw it into the coin today and it went ahead and it hit its all-time high? What would that look like? And if you put that grand in, you'd in essence be walking away with around $43,000. Now, obviously, you know this is not financial advice. In addition to that, your investment can go from $1,000 to $0 like that, okay? Super quick. But it's still fun to play the game of what if. And if you have some money laying around, you know, you're a wealthy individual and $1,000 isn't much to you, why not? Why not? What else we got? Now, when we go ahead, we talk about growth. I'm not jumping around here. Okay, when we talk about growth, there's a couple things going on. If we look at the all-time chart, it has had a few pumps. Okay, May, everything in crypto was pumping. Honestly, I have no idea what the hell happened here in July. That seems wild. And then it had another little run up in October and kind of held itself through January. So there does seem to be a floor of activity when you look at Dogelon Mars, ELON. Now, key partnerships. I went ahead and pulled this up off of their Medium page. They did go ahead and partner with Polygon Matic. Polygon Matic is a layer 2 scaling solution that helps projects kind of get around the high fees associated with Ethereum. And so what this meant to me is, although this is a community coin, where Vitalik Buterin has most of it, the rest of it is in Uniswap locked up, there's somebody or people behind the scenes doing a lot of work to go ahead and get ELON kind of optimized and developed and freshened up. I don't know, and if anybody is a Dogelon Mars community member, if you could let me know How they go ahead and fund these initiatives, I would be very curious to figure that out, because this isn't free. Having people behind the scenes do this and paying to have it done isn't free. But where's that money coming from? That's something I would like to. What else do we got? Now, they are, obviously, I mentioned this earlier in the video. I think that they're chasing Doge, right? If you look at the long term, Doge was launched in 2014. Okay, and it had all these years of pretty much trading sideways before 2021 and the sucker pumped. So if you're getting into Dogelon Mars, you may have to think of a long-term strategy at hand. Okay, you can't paper hand this thing. You're gonna want to hold it, forget about it, and then hopefully, it's your lucky raffle ticket to Lamboville. Because again, Dogelon only launched in April of last year, so a very, very short period of time. Very, very short. See what else we got. Circulating supply. Okay, so this is a big deal. 10,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion tokens. Quadrillion tokens. So let's assume that all this is in all the tokens are out circulating right now in the market. There's no downward pressure on token unlocks happening on Dogelon Mars Elon. And that percentage, that 55%, I'm assuming that's factoring in the amount of tokens that are locked into Vitalik Buterin's wallet. So pretty much, we're already at the floor. We're already at the floor. So as people go ahead and pump into this thing, maybe it could go up in price. Possible. What else we got? Now, this I thought was interesting. So this is a site called End of the Block. They do data analytics and reports on cryptocurrency projects. If we start back here, this is when the protocol launched. That dark line you see is the price, and the other line is the total with balance. So total addresses with balance. And as we can kind of see, starting in around November, the total with balance has continued to grow and grow. So that tells me that there's people buying in. There's people buying into this thing. Good, bad, or indifferent. There's folks who believe in Dogelon Elon. In addition to that, we pull up this balance by time held. So you have hodlers who have the token for longer than a year, cruisers 1 to 12 months, traders less than 1 month. And again, that dark line is the price. So as we go ahead, we scroll through this thing, what you're seeing is, in essence, hodlers hodling and traders leaving the token. And that's probably because most of them have gotten wrecked kind of in the choppiness of the market in the last, 60 days. But again, it just kind of shows that folks are buying and hodling this. I went ahead, I pulled it up on Etherscan, looking at the distribution of tokens. Now, one thing that doesn't make sense to me, if someone smarter than me can let me know in the comments, they said they went ahead and they locked 50% of the tokens to Vitalik Buterin. I don't see a wallet that has 50%. I see a wallet that has 43%. Also, it's named Methuselah Foundation. I'm not sure if I announced that correctly, but yeah, that's kind of strange. Let's see, Old Bear, what we got? That amount of tokens is an absolute no in my book. The market cap wouldn't add up. Yeah. Yep. And with, I guess this goes with any investment, but in essence, if you buy it now, you're hoping that there's someone down the line who is going to buy into this thing after you, right? And they're hoping to make money off of the person that buys after them. So definitely a little risky. Now, when I pulled it up on Token Sniffer, they did mention in the Dogelon website that Dogelon is actually a fork from the Doge contract. So they took the Doge contract and in essence made a clone, a copy of it, made some tweaks, and they called it Dogelon Mars. So that came up in this audit. They also mentioned that the contract contains ownership functionality, and ownership is not renounced, which means that the owner can modify the contract's behavior. So again, that kind of contradicts what they say on the website. 50% of it went to Uniswap, 50% of it went to Vitalik Buterin. So I think that's something that you have to tread carefully with. Now, this is a new aspect to these reviews, and I'm still trying to work my way through this. But in essence, Whale Stats, it looks at the top 100 Dogelon Mars holders, and it gives you analytics on it. And what made me a little curious was this giant jump right here. $14 million in volume 2 days ago. And if you look prior, there really haven't been that many peaks like that, right? There was one back in October and another one back in May. And then after this happened, there's like a little bit of a run up. So I'm not saying like this is for sure going to mean that Elon is going to pump. Go out there and buy it. But I just find that really interesting that it had that kind of spike. What else we got? Markets. Okay, so when it comes to these type of community tokens, meme coins, one of the biggest pumping events that can happen is exchange listings. And Dogelon Elon Mars is pretty much on all your major exchanges except Coinbase, Binance. So if that could happen, I could see kind of the whole meme train community rallying around this project and getting a nice little decent pump out of it. In saying that, a lot of their peers have been listed on those types of exchanges, right? Look at Shiba Inu. So the fact that they haven't been able to do that yet, I think could be concerning. In addition, getting listed on exchanges isn't easy. It costs a lot of money, typically $500,000, $1 million or more. And so there's somebody behind the scenes using money to do that, using their time and energy to do that. But that kind of contradicts what they said on the main website, where again, the 50% is in Uniswap, 50% is with Vitalik Buterin. I couldn't find anything about a marketing budget, founder budget, anything like that. So, interesting. Now, with these coins where marketing's kind of the whole thing, right? Social media pump is the whole thing. CoinMarketCap tweeted out, was it yesterday? No, 3 days ago, that Dogelon Mars was the highest viewed coin by like quadruple some of these other projects. Now, this is just like a small snapshot in time, right? January 10th through January 16th. But the thing's still alive. Thing's still alive. And a lot of the meme coins that were created in 2021, they didn't survive, right? You look at like Bonfire, right? Some of those things just died off. So I think there's some value to that as well, that it's still out there kicking. If we pull up the top meme coins by market capitalization, again, Dogelon Mars, it's up there with the big boys. It's right after Doge, right after Shiba, and then it has a whole bunch of these other ones kind of behind it. So I think it's earned its place in the meme coin space. Crypto bars. Boom. How you like that? What else we got? So this is interesting. So I read through all the Medium articles that they had posted, and this dates back to October 20th. Two things that stood out to me. One, they mentioned the release of a new token, ELON. Actually, let's take a look. ELON market cap. That's what I thought. I couldn't find any updated information on that. So I don't know if this just didn't happen or if this is on hold. And the other thing they mentioned too was new characters from Dogelon Mars. So they have kind of this marketing campaign where they use comic books and that type of thing. A new token has appeared. I haven't seen anything else on this either. So I don't know if this is on the back burner or if it just got scrapped because this is back in October, 3-4 months ago almost. But interesting nonetheless. So let's wrap this thing up. So I would say pros. Okay, pros. The community token. Okay, it's a community token, and if you trust in the fact that 100% of the supply is out there circulating amongst people who went to Uniswap and exchanges to buy it, and Vitalik Buterin's wallet that has it locked up, that doesn't mean that there's any folks behind the scenes kind of orchestrating and stealing, rug pulling you, right? The slow rug pulling you. In addition to that, there's a whole bunch of holders. There's a bunch of people who own the token, and if this thing has any sort of pump, or meme coins in general have any sort of pump, there's going to be some flashback onto this token that's probably going to help it rise in price. And again, that benefited the meme spread. So if I put in $100 and now I got $10,000 worth of value, I'm going to go tell all my friends, you're going to get, FOMO hard, you're going to pile in, and then it's just going to continue to spread. I think when we look at cons, if 50% of the liquidity is sent to Vitalik and the rest is locked in Uniswap, how are they paying for exchange listings? How are they paying for development? How are they paying for marketing people, website design? Like, there's something that has not been disclosed or I couldn't find out there about that back-end process. And then again, just because those tokens were locked in Uniswap, it doesn't mean that the founders couldn't have went in and that first couple minutes or days when the token was put into Uniswap, make some exchanges for ETH, have ridiculously large supplies of the token that they bought, and as people began to pile in, just kind of take advantage of them and sell. So I think that's definitely something to keep in mind. So last thoughts. Look, out of everything that happened last year in crypto, right? Bitcoin mining, moving out of China, getting rid of all the crypto FUD, a country adopting Bitcoin as a form of currency. Lost in that was the rally that happened with Dogecoin. And I'm not saying, right, you should go out and you should pile into these community meme coins. But although they feel grimy and although they feel scammy, I think it's kind of like a new world order in some instances for community tokens to go ahead and aggregate and generate value and wealth for holders. So am I buying Dogelon, Elon? No, I'm not buying Elon. But I could totally see and connect the dots on why somebody would. If I got something wrong, you think I'm smart, you think I'm stupid, let me know in the comments section here. But that's my review of Dogelon Mars. Boom.